Some trippy shit, man.
But being angry and tired and unhappy all the time is not a good way to become successful or to change the game in your field or, frankly, to become wealthy or powerful or whatever else important. I also got from the data, not one person who's been a game changer named when I asked 3 most important things in the world for people who want to perform better. Not one said wealth, power, or fame. They're not seeking that. That is not the target. It is a side effect of them doing what they're here to do. And I had this dinner in New York. It was profound. My friend Andrew hosted this, and he has this long table, 25 people, and there's hedge fund managers, like big people in New York. And it was a Jeffersonian dialogue. And what that means is that instead of just having a random dinner conversation, one person asks a question at the table and we discuss it, only one person at a time. So we're all listening and focused. It was really cool. I've never done that before. And when it got to be my turn to ask a question, I said, all right, how many people here have used hallucinogens or psychedelics for personal development? Every single hand at the table went up. Wow. And I'm talking 20-year-old artists to 70-year-old senior executive people. They've all done it at least once. Get outside your head doesn't mean you go do drugs. In fact, if you're under 25, I would say don't go do drugs because your brain's not done cooking.
Fuck.
Don't go, to some random party, even Burning Man. Do it with a trained professional in a place where it's legal. And I talk about you can actually go to a place like Costa Rica that has a medically licensed ayahuasca setting. I did ayahuasca in Peru 20 years ago with a shaman in the jungle, which was a transformative experience for me. But just to go out there and say, hey, I got someone to go to Disneyland, that is not good for your soul. It is not good for your performance. It's not cognitive enhancing. But having the ability to look in and see what your mistakes are, you can do this with holotropic breathing, which is a type of breathing that was developed to replace LSD for psychotherapy in the early 70s.
This is on the book. Go into detail about that.
I love this. So Tom, in addition to this, losing 100 pounds, getting control of my biology, and having a successful career, making my brain work better, when all the stuff that was supposed to work didn't work, I said, all right, I'm going to go outside the box. I'm an engineer. So I'm going to try meditation. I said, I'm going to do a personal development thing. And I was at a point in my life, I was ending a relationship, and a friend said, Dave, you have to go do this. And I said, what is it? She said, I'm not going to tell you. So what? She said, you won't do it if I tell you, so just trust me.
Why can't I have bitches like that?
I didn't know what else to do. I was feeling kind of desperate. So I went to this personal development retreat, and a part of this was you'd lay down on a mat with a facilitator sort of watching over you. There's a bunch of other people who are doing the same thing, and they play like movie soundtrack music, and you do this really deep, rapid breathing. And the technical term for what you do is called tripping balls. You're like, what is going on here? And
all right.
Is it because you're essentially hyperventilating?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're hypoxic. I've done this with Stan Grof, the guy who invented it. He's the guy who created the field of transpersonal psychology.
Oh no.
In the 60s in Czechoslovakia, when it was still
Stephen
one
Hoffman.
country.
Albert Hoffman.
From Sandoz Pharmaceuticals, the same company that makes paracetam. He had a shipment of LSD when it was first invented. And he, as a licensed psychiatrist, treated 3,000 patients with LSD. And he noticed that they were all getting better, and he was frustrated that the Freudian stuff wasn't working. So they all get better, but there's patterns
LSD then.
about how you come into the world. There's patterns where people get stuck, and he could help them work through it using this.